Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the late night cricket happening show with your host Ram. And on this cricket happening show, what I'm going to host for you is a very interesting match that happened today, where everyone at the Mecca of English cricket, the Lord's Cricket Ground, had an opportunity to see all the cricketers who were actually in their heyday, how they were playing, in the sense that was Sachin Tendulkar, Brian Lara, we had Adam Gilchrist, Virendra Sehwag. There were a lot of players who were playing. This was a match between the rest of the world versus the Marylebone Cricket Club, which was played, and Marylebone Cricket Club were the winners of this match against the rest of the world 11 played at Lord's, that is on the 5th of July. So I'll be talking about that match, and then we will look at the T20 match which was played, the first T20 match which was played between New Zealand and West Indies. Well, unfortunately, it was definitely hit by rain, and finally it was a Duckworth-Lewis resolution to it, but New Zealand were the victors by that method. New Zealand won the match, the first T20 match against West Indies, to go one up in the series, with the final one coming up tomorrow. That's on a Sunday. I'll be talking about that, and then we will travel to Sri Lanka, where the much awaited one-day international series is about to start, when Sri Lanka and South Africa clash in the first of the one-day international of the series at the capital of Sri Lanka in Colombo. I'll be taking a brief look at that. But let me start off with the Marylebone Cricket Club versus the rest of the world 11. We had a lot of big names in that, and there were a lot of names which had really etched their names in cricket history, like Adam Gilchrist, Sachin Tendulkar, Brian Lara, Shane Warne, Muttiah Muralidharan. But let me tell you, everybody were robbed of a wonderful spectacle when Shane Warne, probably one was waiting. I was definitely waiting to see the contest between bat and ball, when Shane Warne was actually bowling to Sachin Tendulkar, and Brian Lara was also facing Shane Warne. But unfortunately, very unfortunately, his own teammate Brett Lee hitting Shane Warne on his hand, I suppose, and Shane Warne couldn't. In fact, he batted. So when he was batting, Brett Lee actually struck him, and it was very sad that the Lord's Cricket Ground today were deprived of a wonderful spectacle that could have been enacted if at all Shane Warne were to bowl. But that was not the case, and well, everyone had to miss it, including me, as Shane Warne couldn't bowl in that match against the Marylebone Cricket Club. Now, just talking about this match here, rest of the world were the ones who batted first, and they racked up a score of 293 for 7. The feature being Yuvraj Singh going on to smack 132 runs of 134 balls with 8 fours and 6 sixes. What a knock that was from Yuvraj Singh. In fact, the rest of the world didn't have it. In fact, the opening start was good. They had a very good start from Adam Gilchrist and Virendra Sehwag, providing wholesome entertainment in that space that they were there, because they put on, in 41 deliveries, they put on 54 runs before the first victim, and that was the man who really first it was Brett Lee actually castling Virendra Sehwag for 22 of 24 balls with 5 fours, and after that there was that man Saeed Ajmal coming in and picking up 3 wickets in 3 consecutive overs. First he picked up the wicket of Adam Gilchrist, who was stumped for 29 of 21 balls with 6 fours. Tamim Iqbal was gone, LBW bowled Ajmal for 1 in the next over, and then Kevin Peterson, not reading Saeed Ajmal properly, trying to come down the wicket, but Chris Reed behind the stumps was pretty smart for it, and Saeed Ajmal had struck thrice, and suddenly the rest of the world 11 innings, which was looking pretty good when the openers Sehwag and Gilchrist were at the crease, now were really struggling with the score on 68 for 4, and further misery followed when the Pakistani player Shahid Afridi was out to his teammate Saeed Ajmal. Saeed Ajmal went on to clean bowl Shahid Afridi for a duck, and half of the rest of the world 11 were in the pavilion with the score reading 68 for 5, and it was in the 12th over. And after that, it was Yuvraj Singh and Collingwood in the middle. Yuvraj Singh was smacking the ball beautifully. He was hitting some nice sixes and nice boundaries, and it was good to see. Paul Collingwood was providing him a tremendous support over there, and the partnership from a score of 68 for 5 really ran to a very big total of 199. It was precisely needed, and that came in this form of this partnership which came between Paul Collingwood and Yuvraj Singh, with Yuvraj Singh's contribution 132 of 134 balls with 8 fours and 6 sixes, and Sachin Tendulkar was the man who picked up his wicket. Collingwood made 40 of 64 balls with 3 fours. Siddle provided some entertainment with an unbeaten 33 of 32 balls with 4 fours, and Shane Warne, unfortunately, as I said, he was hit by Brett Lee, and 293 for 7 was the final tally for the rest of the world against the Melbourne Cricket Club at the MCC, as it is fondly known. Now, Brett Lee, 10 overs, 2 for 55 for Brett Lee. Umar Gul bowled only 2 overs, gave away 16 runs. Sean Tate was really dealt in a very merciless manner by the rest of the world batsmen, especially by Adam Gilchrist. 10 overs, no made, and none for 58. Saeed Ajmal, who really did a wonderful job, as Sachin Tendulkar was the captain of the team, and Saeed Ajmal was taken off after taking 4 wickets on the trot. But it was pretty surprising, because probably Tendulkar was probably thinking that he would keep Saeed Ajmal for the end, because Saeed Ajmal is a very good death bowler too. But unfortunately, I thought once Saeed Ajmal was out of the attack, runs were just cascading from the blade of Yuvraj Singh, and in particular, and that is what enabled them to score 293. Saeed Ajmal still, after that, his figures were a bit, I would say, it was a bit ruined. 10 overs no made and 4 for 45 for him. Vettori, we got a chance to see Daniel Vettori, the left-arm spinner from New Zealand, in action. 10 overs no made and none 47. Aaron Finch bowled 4 overs, went for 33. Tendulkar bowled 4 overs, went for 33, but he picked up the wicket of Yuvraj Singh. Now, as far as the MCC were concerned, well, they had a target of 294 to win the match. Aaron Finch and Sachin Tendulkar walked in, and they provided wonderful entertainment by putting on a century partnership, 107 runs at that for the first wicket in 17 overs. Aaron Finch was playing in his own aggressive self. Sachin Tendulkar, we all know what a great player he is, and he was the captain of the MCC team today, and Tendulkar played some handsome strokes, and one of the shots that really stood out was that punch that he has. Even now, he could punch the ball from Peter Siddle in a very effortless manner. The ball went arrow straight to the boundary. What a shot that was. And both of them putting on 107 for the first wicket, laying the foundation for that victory for Melbourne Cricket Club. But Tendulkar, after contributing 44, was clean bowled by Muthiah Muralidharan of 45 balls with 7 fours. And that was the first wicket to go. But after that, there were 2 quick wickets. In the sense, Brian Lara came in to a standing ovation from the Lord's Cricket at the Lord's Cricket ground, and he came in and he really played some very good strokes, some nice cuts. And Brian Lara, as you know, is such a stylish player in one of those times, and one of the former stylish players in the cricketing world. And Brian Lara finally was gone, as Collingwood struck twice after once the score reached 174, when Brian Lara, after making 23 of 38 balls, was trying to cut a delivery from Collingwood, but the ball fell into the hands of the keeper, Adam Gilchrist. So he was gone for 23 of 38 balls with 3 fours, and then Rahul Dravid, the very next delivery was a goner, as he actually missed a delivery from Paul Collingwood that actually went to the bat and pad gap. It hit the pad, then probably the bat first, then the pad, and then rolled onto the stumps, and Dravid was a goner for a duck. And after that, Aaron Finch, well, he really provided some wholesome entertainment. And when Aaron Finch was there, my Melbourne Cricket Club had nothing to worry, because he went on smacking runs, went on hitting the bowlers, and he didn't spare any of the bowlers, and he was really playing the stroke in his customary style. And Shivanarayan Chandrapal was there in the end to take them to victory. Chandrapal finished not out on 37 of 47 balls with 3 fours and 1 6, but Aaron Finch went on to score an unbeaten 181 of just 145 deliveries with 23 fours and 6 sixes. What a knock! And finally, so MCC winning the match by 7 wickets. A very convincing victory for the MCC Cricket Club, Melbourne Cricket Club. Siddle 8 overs 2 minutes none 45. Tino Best 8 overs went for 63. Collingwood was pretty economical, 7 overs 25 runs and 2 wickets. Muthiah Muralidharan 10 overs no maiden 1 for 55. Shahid Afridi bowled 5 overs for 1 maiden none for 29. Yuvraj Singh bowled 5.5 overs no maiden none 46, and Kevin Peterson bowling 2 overs for 29 runs. And as you know, this was the MCC bicentenary celebration match that was played, and the victors were Melbourne Cricket Club. So that is as far as that particular match is concerned. Now the focus will shift on to the West Indies. Now the first T20 match today was played of the series between West Indies and New Zealand. It was New Zealand who actually won the toss here, and Windsor Park Roseau in Dominica was seeing a match after quite a long time, and so New Zealand decided to insert the West Indies in. So for West Indies they made 132 for 8 of their 18 overs, because the 20 overs was not possible due to rain, and there was a lot of interruptions. In fact, I would say a match where the bowlers definitely found it very, very difficult to actually grip the ball, and in the process it was not easy to really bowl. In fact, West Indies making 132 for 8. They had their openers Dwayne Smith and Lendl Simmons sent back to the pavilion pretty early by the New Zealand seamers, as pace bowlers and seamers, as Dwayne Smith was out for 8 of 13 balls with 1 4. Lendl Simmons was LBW bowled, Trent bowled for 1 of 3 balls, and then Andre Fletcher took it on by smacking some good sixes. First he went and deposited Trent bowled over the long off region for a 6. Then he turned his attention towards, I thought it was Jimmy Neesham. Not Jimmy Neesham, I think it was Corey Anderson was deposited for 6s. East Sodhi was making his one-day international debut. He was also dealt with pretty severely, and then he was the highest scorer with 52 of 39 balls with 1 4 and 4 6s. Darren Bravo contributed a neat 30 of 28 balls with 2 6s, and then it was Kieron Pollard coming into action after quite a long time for the West Indies, making 16 runs of as many balls, just a solitary 6 in that knock. Sammy making 10 of 4 balls with 1 4 and 1 6, and that was it, 132 for 8 of their 18 overs. As far as the bowling figures for New Zealand were concerned, Tim Southee 4 overs no maiden 2 for 20 for him, bowled well I thought. Trent Boult 4 overs no maiden 2 for 28, who provided the early breakthroughs for them. Neesham 3 overs none for 14 was impressive. Anderson 4 overs 2 for 32, and East Sodhi on his one-day international debut was really carved for runs today. 3 overs went for 35 with 1 wicket to his name. As far as New Zealand were concerned, they had a revised target of 106 runs to make from the 15 overs because of rain, so this was decided by the Duckworth-Lewis method. In fact, the openers put on 12 today. As I said the other day, I was telling you that the New Zealand wanted to actually experiment by giving Jimmy Neesham a chance at the top of the order. Well, we definitely saw something coming in from Jimmy Neesham's bat, as Krishmar Santoki was stroked down the ground first for a 6, then he was hit for a boundary, but then finally Santoki had his man, as Neesham actually incised onto his stumps for 11, but definitely showed glimpses of what he is capable of after being promoted as an opener for New Zealand in the T20 match. So he was gone for 11. After that, Kane Williamson contributed 19 of 18 balls with 2 4s. Brendan McCullum making 40 of 35 balls with 3 4s and 1 6. And Anderson made 15 of 9 balls with 1 4 and 1 6. Ross Taylor, as I said, the revised target of 106 runs from 15 overs. Well, New Zealand got to that, making 117 for 4 of their 50 overs. Taylor was not out on 28 of 20 balls with 1 4 and 2 6s. Ronchi was not out on naught, and 117 for 4 was the final tally for New Zealand, winning the first T20 match of the 2-match series by a margin, as I said, by the Duckworth-Lewis method, and winning by 6 wickets. Now, not by 6 wickets, because since it was decided with the Duckworth-Lewis method, it was actually New Zealand won the match by a 12-run margin. Now let's have a look at the bowling figures from the West Indies. Badri was very economical. In fact, 3 overs for only 13 runs. Santoki 2 overs no maiden 1 for 27. Sunil Narine got an opportunity to see Sunil Narine come back and play into West Indies colours after quite a long time, after the break that he had due to not making it to the Test matches. 3 overs no maiden none for 19. Andre Russell 2 overs none for 21. Darren Sammy bowled 3 overs no maiden 3 for 22, the most successful of the lot there. Kieron Pollard bowling 2 overs for 14, and Andre Fletcher, even though New Zealand won the match, Andre Fletcher for his highest knock, in the sense he was the highest scorer, was named man of the match. Now the last thing that I would like to cover on this particular cricket show is going to be the much awaited series which is going to start. I mean, we know that South Africa and Sri Lanka, but tomorrow one of the major matches are going to be played as the one-day international series between Sri Lanka and South Africa kicks off tomorrow at the capital of Sri Lanka in Colombo. This is the first ODI, and I'm sure this series is going to be pretty interesting because both the teams are looking evenly matched and are pretty strong. But Sri Lanka definitely have the home advantage, there's no doubt about that. For Sri Lanka, well, Angelo Matthews would be leading the team. Tiligatne Dilshan and Kushal Perera at the top of the order for them. Kumar Sangakkara, as you know, what a great war horse he has been for Sri Lanka. So he'll be there. Then they have the another veteran, Mahila Jayawardene, along with him. Lairu Tiramane would be the vice captain, I reckon, in this particular match. And then Angelo Matthews himself, who's leading by example, whether it be the captaincy, whether it be the batting, whether it be the bowling, but batting is something which he has been doing on a pretty regular basis now, and one all knows that how England lost to Sri Lanka, and then they have the all-rounders, which has always been a feature for Sri Lanka. Tisra Pereira, they have Nuwan Kuleshekara, which can also be termed as an all-rounder. Sachitra Senanaike can really belt the ball and also is a very good spinner of the ball. Ajanta Mendes, and then who could forget one of the kingpins of the Sri Lankan pace bowling attack, Lasith Malinga. Now, for as far as this particular match is concerned, I'm told there is going to be a forecast of rain tomorrow, so probably it will be very interesting to see after winning the toss what does the team do, whether the team bats first or it decides to put the opposition in. That will be pretty interesting to see. As far as South Africa are concerned, well, they will be keenly watched here. As South Africa, they have a new captain. In fact, Hashim Amla is the captain of the for the Test matches, but here it is A.B. de Villiers will be the captain. Hashim Amla is coming on for some good form. In fact, on the first match of the tour, he scored a century. Quinton de Kock, we saw that the wicketkeeper batsman definitely struggled in the first match, but probably would have got a sort of an inkling or sort of a grip, even though he has played only one match and this is his first tour of Sri Lanka. So it's not easy to adjust to subcontinental pitches, and Quinton de Kock will be, I thought he will be definitely tested tomorrow. Jack Scalise, well, Jack Scalise, as you know, the Rezo Domingo has already sounded off that Jack Scalise is somebody who would be a part of the World Cup in 2015. He would like to give Jack Scalise the number 3 spot, so it would be good to see how Jack Scalise goes. He has already retired from Test matches, as you all know. A.B. de Villiers, well, what to say about A.B. de Villiers? One of those wonderful players from South Africa who can provide you entertainment is something that and strokes are something which come pretty naturally to this wonderful batsman from South Africa, A.B. de Villiers. Duminy is also in some good form. We saw he has done well in the IPL too. So Duminy also is in some good form. And then they have Du Plessis, who is a wonderful fielder to boot, and also he's a very useful player for South Africa. And then David Miller, who can tonk the ball a huge way, in a huge manner, as and when the time arrives. And he could be a wonderful person to have when the death overs are on, because he could really hurt the bowlers. And then the one thing that South Africa really boasts of, and that is something that would really give them great pride, and that is their pace bowling attack, which consists of the master Dale Steyn, who would be accompanied by one-on Philander, who is the I would say he's one of those sultans of swing bowling. And then Morne Morkel, who can really be worrisome with his bowling, but on subcontinental pitches, probably it is not something that one could think. But Morne Morkel, due to his natural height, could still get that bounce going. And then they have their trump card, Imran Tahir, the right arm leg spinner. And as you know, if at all Sri Lanka has pitches that could really turn, then Imran Tahir could be very keenly watched, even though Sri Lankans are good players of spin. But all in all, I think we are heading towards a very good start to the first one-day international match of the series, which is going to be kicking off tomorrow between Sri Lanka and South Africa at Colombo, the capital of Sri Lanka. Well, dear fans and subscribers, on this late night cricket happening show, that's about it for the present, and see you all tomorrow when I'll be giving you one full report on the first one-day international between Sri Lanka and South Africa, which will be played tomorrow. Until then, it's good night from your host Ram's studios. Thank you.